Welcome to part 7 of Primordia. Last time we spent most of our time exploring the city and hoping to get a little bit more action this time.
Hello? I don't think it can hear you, boss.
Alright, guess we're not talking to him.
Ahoy, my dear friend. Oswald Factor Built at your service.
So quite a few of these robots are factor built.
Rex is your creation, you besotted gear oiler.
Oh, don't mind Cornelius. He's been bitter since the first great rolling brownout.
Bitter? I'll show you bitter, you backbiting bot snatcher.
Oh, these two, don't quite get along, do they? Is there some kind of copyright issue?
Justice. I'm here for justice. To prove that I, Cornelius Factorbuild, created this marvelous machine, Rex. Rex Cornelius built.
Ignore him, my dear friend. Candidly, he is 1023 flops short of a kilo, if you catch my drift. The machine's name is Oswald Built. Rex Oswald Built.
So they are fighting over a patent.
Why not just let Rex decide?
Ridiculous. This is about principle.
This is about pride.
This seems quite a bit like custody disputes.
Would you fight over me like this?
You could call yourself Crispin Crispian for all I care. As long as you still pull things off ledges for me, that is.
Glad to know I'm loved.
How are you going to decide who gets Rex?
For the law, fool. The law.
Please excuse my brother. He can barely remember pi to the 23rd digit, let alone his manners.
For
I rest my case. Suffice it to say, old chap, we await the reopening of the courthouse. Or more precisely, we await a summons from Arbiter who will decide our case.
who will say whose contribution was more important? Who will say, in fact, that my contribution was more important?
Yep, this certainly seems like a child custody case.
Do you know where I can find a power source?
They're gonna point me to the tower, aren't they?
Power is not so abundant in Metropol as it once was.
Mag and conventional line seized it all, seized it, and doles it out. And there's hardly enough to go around now.
Metromine keeps all power sources in the Great Tower.
And I'm sure she's just hoarding it for herself and giving the bare minimum. Kind of like an old dictatorship.
Mega cycles.
Yes, megacycles, you ninny. CPU cycles, brain power. Kind of power she really wants. Low-rate processor was made for running trains, not a city.
So she was not designed to run an entire city.
Could someone else judge your case?
Of whom were you thinking? Metromine, perhaps? Authoritative to be sure, but I fear she would claim Rex for the good of all.
True.
Since the subway schemer
He means Metromine.
shut down our builder Factor, he cannot help either.
What about Horatio?
So factors built all these champions.
Why should we listen to you?
I've built a robot before, and I have no stake in this.
Yes, well and good, but this is a matter of...
He's trying to get rid of all the people that are ahead of him in line, I see.
Together a tin can like your companion. How can we know your reasoning is sound?
Test me.
An interesting proposition. What do you say, Cornelius?
What did I say? I say that you are a liar and a thief, Oswald. But as to this Horatio, well, as to him, so be it.
Boss, if they make us find 7 lost crystals, I'm quitting.
At least the developers are aware of what's a fun quest and what isn't.
7 robots in the probability circle are gathered for a party.
The what circle is gathered at the what? Is this some kind of vocab test?
I said quiet.
Each robot is either a factor built or a Sternweiler built.
Blasted Sternweilers.
And moreover, each robot is designed with either a quad-core, a linear type, or a multiplex processor architecture.
This is ridiculous.
Alright, this is quite complex.
Pay attention. Factor or Sternweiler. Quad-core, linear type, or multiplex.
Indeed. Now I will tell you 3 things about these probabilitists. First, there are more factor-built robots than Sternweiler builds. Second, every linear-type robot was built by Factor. Finally, Sternweiler never built a robot with a quad-core.
Now listen. Which of the following statements about the probabilitist circle cannot possibly be true?
I have already forgotten most of this.
Four robots were built by Sternweiler.
Good show.
The preceding facts are unchanged. Now, answer this. if exactly two factor-built robots have the same type of processor architecture, then which of the following must be true?
Well, I'm
Two
going
of
to
the
randomly
7
guess.
robots have linear type processors.
Failure? Failure? Clearly, you are unfit to judge our case. Now go bother someone else.
All right. Let me try beating this one more time.
At the binomial biennial, 7 robots and the probability
Okay, 7 robots. Factor Sternweiler. Quad linear. More factor built than Sternweiler.
Every linear type robot was built
All.
by factor. Finally, Sternweiler never built a robot.
Now listen, which of the following?
Four robots were built by Sternweiler.
Good show.
The preceding now, if exactly two factor-built robots have the same type of
If 2 have the same type, then
One of the 7 robots.
failure, clearly you now go
dang. I want to write this down, but it takes so long.
Can I try? What?
Well, I suppose that.
wrong. If you want to waste your time meddling in our
Very good then. I am not
Oh, okay, so just let me through if I fail twice. My incompetence has paid off. Alright. Let's head back out. So we need to find a way to open the courthouse. Let's see.
Hey,
See what their laws are. Too vast for an order robot to learn controls. Familiarize himself with the corrupt data elimination plan. Future rules. The mythological man. Alright. So they were basically going to wipe your mind and dump you if you believe in something that's not true. Let's see. That is great. Take that printout. Alright, let's see what the printout says.
The Law in You, a Metropolitan Guide. It's written by Clarity Arbiter Built.
So it's built by the Arbiter. Let's see.
It's sealed shut. It's far too high to try climbing.
Dang. Let's see.
It's sealed shut.
Let's see what Crispin has to say.
I'm not doing that until you build me some arms.
Oh, come on.
It's too thick.
To cut through, yeah, we've heard it before.
Can I use the crowbar to pry it open?
The edge is too tight for me to get any leverage.
Why don't you just try banging it?
Obviously, that wouldn't work.
No, but I could think of a great knock-knock joke.
Let's see if we can try talking to that floating robot. Maybe we can use the decryptor on her or something to get her to be able to talk.
Hello?
Boss, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay, let's try using the transmitter.
I'm going to try sending messages to him in binary.
On an analog transmitter? That sounds like fun. For once, I'm glad you're the one with hands.
Wow, that is quite some eloquent text.
I sing alone. I am one part of the great fractal. To your kind, I will be known as Gimbal, built by Leopold of servitors.
Interesting.
The choir is silent. Burning ship has been extinguished.
Is the crash ship?
Chapters of track no more. I alone sing the function. When I came to this silent city, I looked for others to join the harmony. Leopold, built by Steeple, told me that he had a device that would sing with me. In exchange, I traded my secondary motor. What he sold me does not say.
Damn, Leopold the scammer.
Yeah.
It's a record.
So you just need some kind of record player.
Leopold tricked me, and he will not return my motor. I will sue him and force him to return. Infinite lawsuits, say the one. I sing with all my voices. You hear only one. No, I must recover my motor so that I can dance with the harmony.
Looks like we're going to need to go talk.
Alright, let's go back to Leopold. Let's see. Leopold, give me my motor. What did she give me? Oh, a record.
Let me see your stuff.
Come take a look.
We need the motor.
Find me a bigger motor, and this one is yours.
Let's see if we can use the record on Leopold to see if he says anything.
I need to see what he's offering before I can make a trade. Who are you?
Name's Leopold.
Horatio No Build, version 5. And this is Crispin Horatio Build, version 1.
Leopold? Hey, you didn't build a lunatic named Ever Faithful, did you?
Do I look like I'd build someone named Ever Faithful Crispy?
Crispy?
Are you sure you don't know a robot named Ever Faithful?
Was Ever
They call
Faithful Leopold
themselves
built?
Leo
I'm a peddler, Tyro, not a builder.
So it must be someone else that, more.
You need to give Gimbal back his motor, Leopold.
All trades are final, Tyro. Told him that before we did the swap. Now my problem, he don't like records.
You knew he wasn't looking for a record.
Listen, Tyro, I don't know what people want or don't want. They do. Not my job to do Q&A on their faulty logic.
You know he's going to sue you, right?
Let him try. First off, he can't get into the courthouse any more than you can. Second, what's his case? A deal's a deal.
So I need to make a deal to get it back.
Tell me about Arbiter.
He's a member of the council. Heard he used to fight with Metropol day and night.
Then
And
he
of course,
disappeared.
back when we had him. One day he just sent his clerk Clarity down to the underworks and closed up shop. Ever since, Metromind says what the law is.
How long ago was that?
Who's counting?
Tell me about Clarity.
Clarity was one of Arbiter's law clerks. Real cool and calculating, that one. Once heard say that a robot should have his recharge port fused just cause he'd stolen power.
Wow, so he's a hardcore guy.
Anyway, word was she got in some kind of fight with the old judge and he sent her down to the underworks. Guess she's still down there stewing.
You don't believe in humanism?
If you asking whether I believe in man, the answer's no. And you better not either. Not if you want to stay here.
But how can you not believe in man?
I'm a progressive, Tyro. I believe in progress. Us robots improve ourselves. And that's how it's always.
Quite a moral
First,
conundrum.
there was a basic machine. And bit
by bit, bite by bite, the machine built itself into all this. You and me and that little photo of yours, we're all cogs in that same machine. That's all there is. Goodbye.
How can I make a trade with him? How can I make a motor somehow?
Let me see your stuff. Come take a look.
Can I trade a nice plug for the motor? No. Let's see. We need to find some way to get that motor. There has to be a way.
Hey Armstrong, top me off, will you?
Oh, there's a metal
I doubt
plate.
that will have any effect. It's too heavy for me to lift.
Use the crowbar. There has to be something down there. Alright, let's see where this leads. This must be the
There's no
underworks.
way I can reach that.
Whatever, Mr. Depressive. There's some kind
I
of
can't
bridge
reach it
here.
from here.
And a thing
There's
of...
something up there on the crane.
Alright, Crispin, your time to shine.
That's crazy talk. Boss, I'm not in the business of flying over to spooky islands just to investigate things that you're curious about.
But it might be.
A killer robot with a grudge against witty sidekicks?
I was going to say helpful. I can reach it from here.
How can I pull that? There's a
I can't
keypad.
possibly reach that.
Crispin, go to the keypad.
Crispin, can you try typing something into that keypad?
If by typing you mean ramming my face, then yes, boss, I suppose I can.
He really wants those hands. What code could possibly work? Can I use the decryption module on the keypad?
It's out of range.
Can I use it on... Hey, Crispin.
Crispin, I'm going to latch this onto you. Try using it on the keypad over there.
Please work. Doesn't seem to be working. Oh, well, never mind. I guess I'm just dumb.
Success!
Let's go.
Let's see what's here.
Are these heads?
That's dark.
Did you hear
Cycles.
something? Boss, do you see those things? I've got a bad feeling about this, boss.
They want his parts.
Crispin, on the count of 3. 1.
Oh, that was easy. Oh, Crispin. Who's
I am
that?
Clarity Arbiter built. Version 2. Lock Lurk to Arbiter, Judge of Metropol. This is my home. Now, if you will excuse me a moment.
Clarity.
That's barbaric.
Civilization is defined by law, and this is lawful. As enemies of the city, they forfeited their components. I have merely exercised my right of plunder.
That sounds familiar.
Whether it's legal or not, it's grotesque.
You have a strange way of saying thank you.
Did she
Thank
kill
you.
them?
I'm Horatio Nobuild, version 5.
And I'm Crispin Horatio built, version 1.
Welcome, Horatio. Crispin. What brings you to the underworks?
What were those things?
They are
Soldiers?
shells. Robots who traded their processors and memory to Metromind in exchange for energy and repairs. Now mindless, they still scavenge parts to trade with her.
But those were the last of them, right?
No.
Hardly. Metromind now has more efficient ways to accumulate processor power, but she left hundreds of shells in the underworks.
Is there any way to save them?
That question is irrelevant. They lived profligate lives.
So they're like
and when
zombies.
they squandered their resources, chose to become thieves and
They gave up their
destroyers.
free will in exchange
Not
for
clemency is what
what was
justice
supposed to be
requires.
immortal life.
You said you were a law clerk. What does that mean?
My sister Charity and I were built to advise Arbiter Manbuilt, who administers Metropol's court. Charity sees everything through the lens of mercy. For me, the law is clear, a matter of ones and zeros, unclouded by preference. or
Charity and
sentiment.
clarity, that
Law
makes
without
sense.
mercy, huh? How does that even work?
Perfectly. It is the opposite approach that fails. Mercy is malware. Once infected with it, justice becomes slow and unpredictable. In time, the system itself must be discarded.
she is an
Only my
utilitarian.
vigilance protected Arbiter from this
She
taint,
follows the
but he has
laws
been
by the
without me
books.
for a long time.
Did you say Arbiter man-built? As in, built by man himself?
Yes.
Does man still walk here? In Metropol?
No.
But man was here in the past.
The public records regarding humans were deleted by council decree. What I know is entirely hearsay. I was built after the Urbanians murdered them during the war.
Impossible.
That is what Arbiter told me, and it was told to him by Metromind. Beyond that, I cannot say.
Did Arbiter tell you anything else about man?
Only that he missed their legal arguments. Quite amusing, if often illogical.
Legal arguments.
Yes, to play a
The robots
smaller
tried to
role
wipe
in the
out any
justice
sign of a
system,
higher
humans
being,
argue
because they want,
cases
well,
before Arbiter.
Metromind wants to be on top.
Symbolic. Play a role. Man is the all-builder, our lord and master.
It is possible that the man you worship is not the humans in my records. All I know is hearsay. Do not rush to judgment.
Oswald and Cornelius Factorbuilt would like me to find someone to help them resolve their case. Would you judge it?
I have no authority to perform such a function. I am a law clerk, not a judge.
I don't think they need a formal judge. They just want an answer from someone reliable. I'm sure they'll trust you.
I would trust you.
I suppose I could mediate and advise, but nothing more than that.
Could you give me some advice on how to talk to gynoids?
No. What is the nature of their dispute?
They are fighting over who gets credit for building a small robot called Rex. The operative facts are in my data pouch.
I see. I have reviewed the facts, considered the applicable law, and enclosed an encrypted statement for the parties. It will automatically load in their presence.
Thanks.
It
So
has
they're
been
good
a
now.
long time since I considered legal issues. I welcomed the diversion.
Why are you taking their heads?
I am giving fair warning.
To other shells?
No, they lack the capacity for fear.
Trying to
The
warn other
heads
people
are
from
for a
becoming
robot named
shells.
Scraper Sternweiler built.
Yeah.
You really think a bunch of rusty boxes will scare him off?
No. I do not want to scare him. I want to warn him. When he ignores that warning, I can destroy him lawfully and without guilt.
Boss, she's kind of exciting my electrons.
Why aren't you with Arbiter?
Arbiter sent me away. I don't know why. The evidence suggests he viewed my sister Charity's advice as superior.
What do you mean?
When Metromind began taking over the council, Charity and I disagreed as to how Arbiter should respond. I informed Arbiter that the Metropolitan Constitution permitted him to dissolve the council and govern by decree. Charity felt that this would inevitably lead to civil war and suffering. As ever, she preached moderation. We argued. Arbiter told me to leave. This was the only place I could go.
Why? There's an entire city up there.
Every building in Metropol is owned by either the council or a private citizen. If I went to the council, it would embarrass Arbiter. If I went to a private citizen, my impartiality would be questioned when I returned to the court one day. Here, I owe nothing to anyone.
But you have to fight off crazy robots all the time.
Actually, I enjoy that. It's a pleasant break from legal research and writing.
Alright, we got one more option,
I'd like
and
to
that'll probably be
report
enough for this
theft.
episode.
My power core was stolen by a big robot.
Big claws, shoots lasers, talks like this.
He came aboard the crashed ship I was living in, attacked me, and stole the core.
Took it.
Excuse me?
Whether the taking was a theft is a legal determination. Please do not characterize the evidence.
It was my power core. He shot me, and he stole it.
I know the robot you describe. His name is Scraper
Scraper.
Sternweiler-built, and he is the servant of Metromind Man-built, a member of the council that governs this city.
He works
I
for
have
the
no
big
fondness
bad.
for Metromind, but I must be impartial in considering your claim. Tell me, did Scraper say anything before he took your power core?
Before he stole my power core, he said something like, enemy, forfeit, plunder.
I see.
What, are those words override commands to turn off law and order?
They are legal concepts, Horatio. If Scraper's characterization is correct, then he did not steal your power core. He took lawful possession of it.
He shot me, and he stole it.
Calm down, boss.
It's true though. I'd be
Is
pretty
it
mad if someone shot me
inside
and
the
took my
city?
stuff.
No, in the dunes.
They have no legal
I see.
jurisdiction
In a
there.
crashed airship.
Yes, I said that already.
I appreciate your report, Horatio Nullbuilt. You have presented a credible claim that Scraper Sternweiler-built, no doubt acting at Metromind's direction, took your power core. Beyond that, however, there is not even probable cause to arrest, let alone evidence to convict Scraper. First, the dunes are outside the ordinary jurisdiction of metropolitan law. Second, a crashed ship in the dunes is likely a relic of the War of the Four Cities. If so, your ship was forfeit enemy property, legally subject to plunder by the council. Scraper, acting as an agent of a council member, would be within his rights to seize it. Nevertheless, I would advise you to bring your case before Arbiter for further examination.
How can I see Arbiter?
Anyone can petition him. Cases
He's
are
closest
considered
at the
in
court,
order
though.
they are brought to court. But
What?
I met a scavenger who told me that the courthouse was sealed and that Arbiter was no longer hearing cases. But that
Because
cannot be true.
Metromine took control.
The Metropolitan Constitution requires him to resolve all cases and controversies. He would not fail in that duty.
Sounds like
He
already has.
did.
Nonsense. Not even charity could persuade him to abandon his obligations. Still, I did not detect any
He
falsehood,
dead.
evasion, or omission in the scavenger's statement. So perhaps the courthouse has been locked for some other reason. If so, it may be that Arbiter is trying to contact me, but cannot. Maybe he is already calling me home. Horatio, I have a request of you. You are under no obligation to perform it, and I will be under no obligation to you, even if you do. Do you understand?
I don't even know what you're asking me to do.
Talk to Arbiter. Ask him if I can return. Tell him that I await his summons.
That's it? Believe me, we've had to do a lot worse than that. Like this
We can't even
one time
find
who chased this
Arbiter.
crazy
Oh.
Marshal named Gamma.
Of course.
Gamma.
But how do we even get into the courthouse?
This will get you inside.
Just to clear the line, I can get
Ah,
inside now.
Thank you, Horatio.
Clarity, you saved our lives. Compared to that, running an errand is nothing.
The law obligated me to save you, Horatio. I would have done the same for Metromind, but I am glad it was you that I saved. I wish you
Oh,
justice.
that's sweet. As sweet as she can get.
That's it? Go visit Arbiter? You're just going to let Metromind attack and rob me?
If Metromind violated the law, it must be proven. Until it is proven, what the law does not forbid, the law permits. And what the law permits, I must permit.
This is insane. Metromind is a tyrant and a thief. You'd let her hide behind the law?
You think that the law protects Metromind from you. The armor of the law does nothing but restrict her movement. Take it away and she will only become more dangerous. But once it is taken from her, it is taken from everyone. You need law's armor, Horatio, far more than you need its sword. I despise
That's a good
Metromind,
statement.
but justice must be impartial, or it is meaningless.
Your justice is already meaningless. Goodbye.
Watch yourself, Horatio Nullbuilt. There are many dangers in this city.
Alright, I think that will be enough for this episode. Since we've discovered the underworks and we've made some progress. Next time, I'm hoping we'll be able to meet Arbiter and maybe even get inside that tower. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!